Well, what are the strongest sources of that experience of the presence of God now for you?
I think the readings of the books by John Main. I have, I think, read all of them, I believe, and also many of your books I have read. So when I heard you in Louvain, I was there, and I listened to your reflection in the late 90s, I think, in the Catholic University Parish in Louvain. I was there. I listened to you. So, but I do almost every day, reading one paragraph or one page from the books by John Main. And the one that I just am finishing now and I find fascinating, I very seldom read books twice, but that one is my third time.
Which one is it?
The Present Christ. The deepest, I think, of all, but very solid and marvelous. So he says, well, each time we meditate, we enter deeper into the mystery of God. And since God is infinite, since God is a mystery beyond our comprehension, so it is a journey that will never end. It is going on day after day, living deeper into the mystery of God. That is why it is never tiring, it's never boring, it's never frustrating, because you go on and on, walk as it were deeper and deeper into the mystery of God.
I think some priests listening to you would think that you must be living in a very remote contemplative monastery. But in fact, you have a very full, busy, active ministry as well. Could you describe your ministry, how that has developed?
Well, I am indeed quite a busy man. I am involved in marriage encounter, engaged encounter. Today I was the whole weekend in a weekend for young people, single adults, choice weekend. And in the meantime, I had a mass outside in Tampines, a Chinese mass this morning, and I had a marriage yesterday morning, so in between. So I am pretty busy.
And have you done your meditation?
Yes. I do twice a day my meditation, early morning and late in the evening. Tonight, when I go back home, it can be midnight, I will also sit for half an hour. It is faith, I believe in it, and I think it balances my life also. And what I also read, and that is, I think, my own experience now bears that out, that we are not shortchanged when we spend enough time with God or dwell in God, what meditation is all about, I think, well, we need less hours of sleep. And I feel energized, and it is not frustrating, and it is a matter of faith and a matter of, I think it restores a balance in our life. So though very busy I am with many things, but it restores a balance. And it is indeed what, I always like that text of Jesus in the Gospel of St. Luke, to love God with heart, mind, soul, and body. And of course, just intellectualizing or preparing homilies, they are very important, but I think during meditation I should not prepare my homily. Just focus on the presence of God and repeat my Maranatha, my mantra. Even though I may have temptations, I get a great idea, I better write it down for my homily tomorrow. I must resist that temptation. And I get more out of it if after I sit down on my desk and I do my preparation of my homily, I need not worry, it comes. So that is a matter of faith, I think. And the word, I think, that is so important is discipline. Make time for God. And at times, although some people laugh and some people maybe do not like me saying that to them, but when they say, Father, no, I cannot find time for God, I say, you are a liar. And I don't like that. Because it's not a matter of finding time, you must make time. And if you make time for God, I think the rest of your daily schedule will fall into the right place. Do not worry about that. But it is a matter, if it is important for you, make time for God. And the rest will fall into the right place.
What about the other aspects of prayer, the other forms of prayer? How has your meditation affected, influenced those, or how does it mix with those?
Well, I discovered that, well, thanks to this meditation, well, that is the way I would explain it, but that the Bible comes alive. I seem to enjoy much more the Bible and many things as a priest now for 44 years. No, I made my first vows in 1959, this 49 years ago. So I read many parts of the Bible many times already, for homilies, for retreats. I've given many retreats in this part of the world and recollections, but many Bible texts that I had ever read and enjoyed now seem to have always a deeper dimension now. So it enriches, I would say, whatever I do, my sermons, my contact with people. And very spontaneously and very naturally, I would say, I can talk with people about spiritual life. Last night I was just that choice week, and there was a young lady next to me, and in no time I was talking about her prayer life. And then after a while, well, she said, well, I pray a little bit, yeah. I said, what about meditating? Oh, and then I wrote her a text, know how to meditate, so I gave her a copy of my text. I said, well, read that and see whether it helps you. Because I think there is a tremendous hunger among many young people, but they do not know how to go about it.
And a lot of priests, I think, would not be approached by their parishioners on the subject of prayer, on their inner life, and a lot of priests wouldn't feel comfortable in advising people about their prayer.
I agree with you. I agree with you, and well, we cannot be judgmental, and every priest must take responsibility of his own prayer life. But I think that it could reveal that maybe that priest is not taken sufficiently care of his own prayer life. So that the vibes, no, the vibrations are not there, that in his mouth or in the contacts that he has with some of his Catholics, know that that topic of prayer does not sound natural. It's like a little bit, no, a strange element in the conversation. So I think when I do my best to remain faithful to my own journey of daily meditation, I think very spontaneously, naturally, in many contacts, no, I can talk about that, and nobody seems to be shocked or scandalized or find me sermonizing or lecturing them.
Because you're sharing, simply sharing.
And it works for
own,
me, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think the word discipline, I believe, is very important. And then the faithfulness to that enormous simplicity of the mantra. Just keep saying it. And that is what I like, no, where God, I think, is very fair. If only the bright theologians can meditate and experience God, then God is absolutely unfair. Then he excludes 95% of humanity from experiencing God. If you need a PhD in theology or scripture before you can meditate, then God is very unfair. But precisely, I think it is happy are the poor in spirit, says Jesus. Well, those who grow aware of God, even the illiterate people, can grow aware of God and have a deep experience of the presence of God in their lives.